Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my 32-week pregnancy update. Sorry this is taking so long to get up. I had a doctor's appointment today, so I wanted to wait till after my appointment to film this update. With that being said, I have lots to update on, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this update. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, click that little post notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Now, let's go ahead and get into the update. So I am 32 weeks and 4 days today. It says that she is about the size of a squash, which is about 16.6 inches and 3.75 pounds. It also says baby is getting ready for his or her descent and is likely in the head down position, which we will actually get into that here in just a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the symptoms first though, and then I will update you guys on what happened at my doctor's appointment. A new symptom that I've been experiencing this past week is dry eyes. My eyes will feel very like burny and like not necessarily itchy, they're just dry, and it feels like they're like burning from time to time, which is new. I don't think I experienced that in any of my other pregnancies. If this is your first video of mine, this is baby number 4 for us. We have a 6, 4, and 2-year-old boys, and then this is our first baby girl. Also, for the first time this week, I have experienced the sciatic nerve pain I've heard so much about. I never experienced that in any of my other pregnancies either. This time I have. It will start in my hip and shoot all the way down my leg, so that is fun. I know I mentioned a few updates back that I've been having some pelvic pain, and that is caused by my bones stretching and relaxing faster than they should. Really, this is baby number 4, so that's to be expected because my bones know what they're doing. In my case, my bones are separating faster than they should be, so they're just like already relaxed enough. So that's causing quite a bit of pain in the front of my pelvis. So it feels like a burning sensation almost right at the front of my pelvis. It makes it hard to walk. Taking steps is very hard. We do have 3 little boys, so sometimes I have to kick things out of my way because toys get everywhere. And I can't do that anymore. Like if I'm standing, I can't move my legs like that anymore. So that's been very painful this past week. About 4 or 5 days ago, we had like a whole bunch of ice hit our area. So we went ahead and picked up our oldest from school because it was just getting worse throughout the day. We didn't send our middle child to school, and my husband's work actually closed. So he was actually able to come home, but that day I was like crying taking steps. Like it was so painful. So he ended up coming home around lunchtime, and I just stayed in bed all day. So it's gotten pretty bad. Luckily the past few days it's not to the point where I feel like I need to cry every time I'm taking steps, but it is still very, very painful. Now we are going to go into my doctor's appointment. So like I mentioned, it is very, very painful to walk at this point. So walking, it takes a lot of energy because I have to walk super slow and I have to like really do the pregnancy swag walk. So it just takes a lot out of you. So I was very out of breath from the waiting room just over to where they take your vitals and stuff. So I sat down in the chair and she put the cuff on me and she was like, we're gonna wait a little bit before we actually take your blood pressure because you're just very out of breath right now. So we're gonna go ahead and let you relax for a minute, but what else has been going on? And I told her that, you know, I've been having a lot of pain down there, and actually while I was sitting in the waiting room, I know that she was head down because I had an ultrasound like 2 weeks ago. So I know that she was head down for that, but while I was sitting in the waiting room, I could feel little feet or a little fist down at my cervix. Like she was kicking or punching my cervix. It wasn't a big object, it wasn't a head, it wasn't even a butt really. Like it was definitely like hands or feet down punching or kicking my cervix, which was super painful. So I let the nurse know. I was like, you know, I'm actually a little bit concerned. Whenever I was sitting out there, I could definitely feel, you know, something that wasn't the head hitting my cervix, and that kind of scares me. With all of my other pregnancies, the boys stayed head down pretty early on and just stayed that way, and then they just eventually got stuck down there. So that's what you want. You want them to be head down and you want them to not move. And so I told her that, and she was like, okay, well, I'll let the doctor know. And she went ahead and took my blood pressure. I think it was 116/70, but I don't really know much about blood pressure. I've never had blood pressure issues, except for that my blood pressure gets a little bit lower during pregnancy, but she said that everything was normal there, so that's good. I went back into my room that I was in. She checked the baby's heart rate, and it was 175, which was crazy high. It's never been that high before. It's normally like in the 160s, so that was crazy, but she said that was perfectly fine because she's just, like I mentioned, she was moving around a lot in the waiting room. She was just very active in that moment. So yes, 175. And then we went ahead and scheduled my next appointment, which is about 2 weeks from now. So I'm at 2-week appointments already. And then the doctor came in and she checked my fundus, which was 32.5, which is perfect for where I'm at right now. I'm at 32 weeks and 4 days. And then again, I told the doctor that, hey, I feel like she's not head down anymore. Like there's something that's not a head down there hitting my cervix. And she was like, okay, well, we'll just feel around and see where she's at. And sure enough, she is head up. She is kind of sideways, so she's kind of more in the transverse position versus like head up, all the way up. So her bottom is down, so it very well could have been a little foot that was next to my cervix just kicking away at it. And then her head is kind of more over here towards my side. That obviously freaks me out a little bit because I am 32 weeks and 4 days, almost 33 weeks at this point. I've never had a baby not be head down at this point. And I know that flipping babies, trying to manually flip babies it's risky in itself. There's more risk for it whenever you've had a previous C-section because you have a scar down there that you have to worry about rupturing. So that it freaked me out a little bit. So we talked about the options. And also for those of you that don't know, that are new to this channel, my very first was delivered via C-section. I've had 2 successful VBACs since then, and I am hoping to go for my 3rd successful VBAC. So I really need her to be head down. And so we were just talking about all of our options, and she was like, you know, maybe at the next appointment we can see if she is still not head down, and if she's not, we can maybe send you over to the hospital to flip her. But that is definitely something that they have to do at the hospital while you're being monitored, just in case baby goes into distress and they have to do an emergency C-section. And they just like to monitor the baby just to make sure she's handling it well. She said that if she's not head down at the next appointment, we can talk about doing that. And then we also talked about the option of delivering a breech baby. She said that if baby is bum down, that is her favorite way to deliver breech babies. She will not deliver a footling breech, and she prefers to not deliver breech babies at all, which is completely understandable. It is risky because they can get the baby's body out, and then the head can get stuck and not come out. And so there's just a lot of risk going into that. I definitely don't prefer to deliver breech, but I'm just really hoping that she decides that she wants to flip. And she said that with moving her around and feeling where she was at, my uterus, you know, is very stretchy because, like I said, this is my 4th baby. So she said that my uterus is very stretchy. She still has a lot of room in there. So from now until my next appointment, she said, try not to think about it. If you want to be proactive, you can, you know, do spinning babies, which I am going to be looking into. So that is where we are with that. Everything else, she looks great in there. So there's no concern at this point, which is good. It's just nerve-wracking to know that right now she's not head down, because my first C-section was definitely hard. It was a very long recovery process, and that was whenever I just had one baby to care for, one little newborn. That's all I had to care for whenever I had my first C-section. Now it would be taking care of 4 kids after a C-section, and I just can't even imagine how difficult that would be. So that just, the thought of that just freaks me out. So we are just crossing our fingers, hoping that she will decide to flip on her own. That would just be the best option. As far as cravings this week, I really haven't been having cravings other than the chocolate covered strawberries, same as last week. I only made them once this week, so that's good, but they are so yummy. Something about the tartness of the strawberry and the sweetness of the chocolate. It is just so, so good. So that is definitely my cravings. Also, I forgot to mention that I have been having quite a bit more Braxton Hicks contractions. I just now remembered, as I'm having one right now. So I've been getting at least 3 or 4 Braxton Hicks contractions every day, which is awesome. Just means that my uterus and my body is just prepping to get this baby out, which is super exciting. It is crazy to think that next month this baby will be here. I delivered my last baby at 38 weeks and 3 days or 4 days. So at this point, that puts that about 6 weeks away. My baby shower is in 2 weeks, so everything is just coming up super fast, and I'm just so excited to meet this little girl. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I am starting to film the name reveal, so that should be up sometime soon for you guys. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And then as this room comes together a little bit more, I will be doing a nursery tour for you guys. But that is everything that I can think of to update you guys on. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the belly shot. Here we are at 32 weeks and 4 days from the side and from the front. And like I said before, her butt is down and her head is over here in my hips. So it's not that she is exactly head up, she's more transverse. And here is my belly from the other side. And I had a few requests to do a bare belly shot. So there is. I feel like she is extremely low. So she just needs to go ahead and come back up and flip and then go back down. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already. Click the post notification bell right next to it so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Also, if you are pregnant, trying to conceive, or just had a baby, let me know down below in the comment section. The comment section, I still have to review every single comment before they are posted onto the page. So just give me a little bit of time and I will approve and reply to as many comments as I can. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Tiffany_Entwistle or just Tiffany Entwistle, one of the two. It is linked down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.